Hi, I'm Ken, and this is Marina. We are a couple who love doing activities and traveling. In this episode, we go camping at NRMA Myall Lakes Shores Holiday Park at Myall Lakes. We take the Subaru off-road for a magnificent beach driving adventure at Mungo Beach. We test drive the vehicle driving on sand at 40 psi to experience this. This place is amazing. We take plenty of drone shots, and on the way home, we pass by Seal Rocks. And it is absolutely breathtaking. We saw the whales breach from the lighthouse. We will definitely be back to enjoy this place again. This is Mungo Beach. It offers spectacular beach driving experience with long stretches. Fact, it's the third longest beach in New South Wales and one of the most dramatic as we have experienced.
And good morning, it's another beautiful day here at Myall Lakes, NRMA. Man, wasn't it? Last night it was absolutely crazy because the wind was quite strong, so lucky I had check it out, I put the tie down here. Yeah, I tied it down on the gazebo. You can see the strings up there. Because it was really, really windy, the wind was pushing it. And I tied it to the post, and it was so stable. Yeah, I can't remember the trucker's knot. I absolutely forgot it. I gotta practice that again. Yeah, you can see it. I put it through there, and then I didn't have enough. It wasn't enough length, so I stood up to the car because I tried to put it there, but not far enough. But it worked because it's keeping it down. It was just really, really windy. We were thinking that it was going to fly up. Lucky it didn't because it was tied down earlier. Anyways, next adventure.
We had a great night's sleep on our air mattress and woke up a bit late, so we decided to have breakfast at the cafe. I can see why a lot of families choose NRMA holiday resorts, as the kids would definitely enjoy their stay with a lot of activities, keeping them very busy. Last episode, we drove on Bennett's Beach at Hawk's Nest. This episode, we drive from NRMA Holiday Park's Myall Lakes to Sandy Point Picnic Area. In order to access this area, you must have a four-wheel drive, else you will get stuck. This is a no-through road and there is no access to Mungo Beach. The end of this point is a view to take photos of Broughton Island and the surroundings from a high sand dune overlooking the beach. On the way there, I did not deflate the tires to experience the vehicle struggling driving through the sand. Yes, the vehicle was not able to move any more forward. Check it out.
You feel it? Yeah. You feel the difference?
You can see the tire is clearly struggling to gain traction on the sand. This is at 42 to 40 psi. Time to deflate the tires to 16 psi. We use a dual tire deflator, which is quite quick and easy to use. I highly recommend to deflate the tires before going on this track, as the track is very narrow. This was a weekday and I flew the drone out to see if there were any oncoming vehicles. Since it was clear, it was time for me to test out driving on high pressure tires. Driving at 16 psi was much easier for the vehicle. We avoid stressing out the parts, we use less fuel, and we also tread lightly to ensure we take care of the sand dunes. As you can see from the drone, this view at Sandy Point Picnic Area is a place to visit. This is a magnificent place to see Broughton Island and the surrounding area. Unfortunately, you cannot drive here as the area is close to vehicles. Marina was using the drone and was lucky to capture the RAAF going back to Williamtown. At the top of the sand dune hill, I saw very soft sand, to which I wanted to test the vehicle out again. Oh man, I made a massive mistake as I forgot to turn off the traction control. My foot was flat to the floor and the revs were not climbing at all. I thought there was something wrong. It was my mistake. Honestly, it took me a while to think why we were stuck in such an easy and drivable sand. Yes, that is me jolting the vehicle forward without any success. So I step out to check what is going on and recorded how I would get out of the situation. Jeez, in this clip, I still had the traction control on, so I just hammered the vehicle. We drove to Mungo Beach access road from Sandy Point picnic area. I did leave the tire pressure at 16 psi, as it was a close drive and we did drive slowly. Mungo Beach access is nearby and there is no large visible sign showing the entry point. I recommend using GPS, else keep an eye out on the entry point and slow down. We passed by 3 National Park rangers that informed us about the migrating birds, also known as short-tailed shearwater and also muttonbird. These birds travel 10,000 kilometers to migrate and takes around 3 to 4 weeks. Apparently, many of them perished along the way from exhaustion due to the weather conditions. We had seen many birds on the beach that had passed away from exhaustion, and some were still alive, although unable to move. The birds do become food for marine life, and some dingoes around. Last episode, I was driving on Bennett's Beach on low range, 3rd and 4th gear. This time, I was on 2nd gear. When I went into 3rd gear, I did not have enough torque at 2,300 RPM. So I've noticed this was also due to tire pressures. Even though I was at 16, the ranger told me, drop it to 11, or even 10 actually. We had a quick stop as we had seen heaps of birds that were still alive. We did not expect to see the amount of birds on the beach that have migrated more than 10,000 kilometers away, and they have stopped due to exhaustion. Alright, so we're now here at Big Gibber Headland. I'm not sure if you can see it, just right there. And coming here, the sand was so soft. I placed the tires at 15 psi. We met 3 rangers, they were cool. They were telling us to put it at 12 psi because it gets really soft. I must admit, very soft. They told us that these are muttonbirds. I know it's sad, they passed away. There are some that are still alive, and apparently they come from Siberia and they came here for the migration season. So hoping, oh, there's a live one. Let's check it out. Come on, see a live one. It's a bummer, can't help them out. And they fly all the way from Siberia. Check it out. That's a live one. Hello, birdie. Oh, don't be too afraid. So apparently they're so exhausted they pass away. So yeah. And there's Sunskinny over there. Big Gibber Headland. Yeah, we made it all the way to Big Gibber Headland, the end of Mungo Beach. Well, Mungo Beach is also known as the 3rd longest beach at 16.8 kilometers long. Since it was a weekday, there was no one else on the beach that we had passed except for the 3 rangers. Next up, relaxing time and taking photos from our time here. We are grateful for this experience at Mungo Beach. Before we left, I dropped the tire pressure down to 11 psi to get more traction in the sand. Mind you, this did work. It was much more than expected. There was one part of the beach where you needed to drive on top of the beach, as this was informed by the rangers, as the city water was hitting just in front of the dunes. Alright, so we just finished visiting Big Gibber Headland, and we're still driving. Oh man, it's such soft sand. We put our tire pressure down to 11 just to be on the safe side. The rangers told us to put on 12, I just put it to 11. And now you can feel it. It's pulling, the car is easy. It's not skidding. And I'm on 4th gear. So easy. Anyways, we'll see you soon. Time for kayaking. Oh man guys, watch this clip. This is one of the gnarliest soft sand that we've experienced. Man, this was a crazy drive. The vehicle was going sideways. No wonder why the ranger told us that this is the most gnarliest part. Now it's time for the exit. I honestly keep thinking that our Subaru Forester would bottom out. It does not bottom out at all. Lucky we have underbody protection for peace of mind. Here we go again, although nowhere near as challenging as before. We complete our day at Mungo Beach. We had an amazing time. Now it's time to head back to camp and kayaking during sunset. Time for our afternoon kayak during sunset. We have been very active and have not managed to kayak around Myall Lakes. We will definitely be back to kayak around the area as there are a lot of places to visit. Safety is very important. We ensure to slip, slop, slap. Hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, rest shirt, and life vest is a must. With our sunnies, we have added extra precaution by using the sunglasses strap, so we won't lose it if we fall out.
And here I am. We're kayaking here. It's shallow water pretty much everywhere around the land, so it's quite safe here near NRMA. I can actually jump out and stand, except for if I go more in the lake, but it's not deep at all. Here we are. It's really good. We also have music playing too. Woohoo!
So it's time to return to camp. The kayak adventure was very relaxing and serene. We saw a lot of wildlife and had seen a lot of pelicans too. We are grateful to experience this second camping trip together. We do plan to do more in the future with kayaking too. Next time, I will bring the drone out to follow us as we paddle along the river. These are the memories we will document and keep forever. Thank you, Myall Lakes. This area of the lake, you can easily stand up. We did bottom out a few times. Well, I guess, I must admit, I am heavy. Time for us to rest and have dinner. We are very hungry from our fun-filled adventure. Today was filled with amazing and new experiences. I was excited to sleep on our comfy air mattress with air conditioning in our tent. It is another beautiful morning at Myall Lakes. We did wake up late again and never expected to pack quite a bit into our car again. We did check out later than usual without any issue. When packing our gear, I felt so dirty and dusty. All good, as we have access to amenities right behind us. Good morning, everyone. We're on our way to Seals Rocks and Sugar Point Lighthouse, I think. The drive from Myall Lakes under RMA Park had taken around 1 hour, 57-kilometer trip, which was a very easy drive. I would have loved to take the fire trail to Seal Rocks. Unfortunately, this is a closed and not accessible to the public.
Alright, so we're here at Boat Beach. Right there, that's just Boat Beach. Across the just on the right side of us is called Number One Beach, but we actually like it here. You can actually see boats that they actually launch. There's Sansini there. They launch the boats off there. But then what we like is that rock here. This view is absolutely amazing. And it's just right here. There's a car. Nice.
As you can see the water, we take a few more photos of this pristine beach here at Seal Rocks. Continuing our journey, we drive to Sugar Point Lighthouse. Seal Rocks is a destination where we will be staying for our future adventures. My gosh! I tried to bring the drone. Unfortunately, there was a sign there stating no drones allowed. Honestly, this would be a magnificent place to take aerial shots.
That's what I was telling you.
Walking from the car park to the lighthouse is approximately 850 meters. The walk is fairly easy. Anyways, near the halfway point, there is a bathroom that you can use. Make sure to bring comfortable footwear.
Alright, so we've arrived near Sugar Point Lighthouse. And it's just there, but look. What have we seen? Nice. And so we've arrived here now at Sugarloaf Point. Wow. The view from here is amazing. Man, I can see a four-wheel drive down there too. Check it out. Right there. Never knew I could bring the car here too. So cool.
This is so good.
Here, Seal Rock Lighthouse Cottages. So this is accommodation where people can stay right here, but we're going up to the top. Here we go. Quiet zone. Shh.
The climb up to the lighthouse was exhausting. It was worth walking up these steep steps. Once you feel the breeze from the ocean, you know it was worth it. A must-do activity when you are here at Seal Rock.
That looks so good. I'll have to practice more.
My gosh, at this point, I start to walk backwards as my thighs were burning. Oh, this lactic acid kills. Walking slowly, you can see beautiful shells placed on the ground. I recall seeing these type of shells mainly on TV. This lighthouse is also known as Seal Rock Lighthouse. It is an active lighthouse located at Sugarloaf Point. This lighthouse guards the treacherous rock formations to the south. It was constructed in 1875.
Sugarloaf Point Lighthouse, amazing. We can also see whales are out. They're just breaching and breaching non-stop. Wow, there's like a, I'm not sure how many. Yes, it was. No, not that one. It was on the east. Coming closer. You're so far, but the whale was there. That's an island there, but the whale was much closer. And then I saw what's that? All the air came out of the spout. That was so cool. But my golly gosh, this is looking good.
When you come here and visit, I am sure you will be pleased with the view. There is a lot of information about the lighthouse, location, area. Here at Seals Rock, it does get busy on the weekend. We were lucky to have made it during the weekday, as there was not many people visiting during this time. So I do recommend to come during the weekday, as it is more peaceful and you will be able to see a lot more. Walking from the lighthouse back to the car was so easy, as we were now walking downhill. Oh yes.
Check it out. A long time ago, they had these trolleys. Yeah, these trolleys go all the way to the top carrying load. So riding's not allowed. And you can see the old drainage system. Look at that. From a long time ago. Pretty cool. And that concludes our travel adventure to Myall Lake. And here the ending is at Seal Rock at the Sugar Point Lighthouse. Amazing, beautiful. Clear whites, a clear beach. We also had seen whales that were breaching. Beautiful.
I don't want to
check
go
it out.
back.
Bye.
I don't want to go back.